Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Kinhank Hyperspin Attraction hard drive. This is a 12 terabyte hard drive that is loaded with retro and even some modern games. I believe I'm not sure what all is on here because I don't know if there is a game list anywhere, but it's supposed to be a relatively plug-and-play experience. I think you do have to install some things, which some people are a little nervous about because this product comes from China. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Before we get into what's actually on the hard drive, let's take a look at the hardware. Okay, so here's our user manual for the Hyperspin Attraction, and it tells you what it wants you to install and whatnot. So again, I know some people are really worried about that, but we'll kind of see how this works. It's supposed to be relatively easy to set up controllers and whatnot, so I'm going to hope that that is the case. So this big thing, this is quite hefty, is the hard drive itself. It's in like a casing. Okay, so there we go. So that can just sort of slide off. I'm not going to mess that too much, but there it is. Slides back on okay. So, I mean, looks nice. It's nothing too crazy, but it has the port for the power right there. That's going to be important. And then also its own little USB port here to connect it to whatever computer you're using. And let's see. This looks like it's probably the power cable. Yes, indeed. So there's that. And then this, I'm sure, is the USB cable. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, yep, there it is. So not a super long one, but that's okay. It doesn't really need to be very long. I'm likely to keep this next to whatever I have it plugged in to. I'm going to try this a couple ways. I'm going to first try it connected to my Epic Batocera RetroPie. I don't think that's going to be powerful enough to run some of the bigger games, but I just want to try it and see how that works. And if that doesn't run everything, which I think it will not, I'll try it on my laptop, assuming that there's no issues that I notice as far as the things that I install. We'll see what happens there. If nothing else, even if I don't decide to run games off of this, it is an excellent collection of ROMs, so I don't have to spend forever and ever downloading things. And I know some people will say, well, why would you buy this when you could just make this yourself? And the fact of the matter is I probably could make this myself, but it would take a lot of time to do so, like really quite a lot, to fill up 12 terabytes and download everything. And I just don't want to spend that much time on it. It is so convenient to just have this as is. So despite the possible risk, I guess, from coming from China, I'm not necessarily super worried about it, but it's something to think about. I think this is a nice way to go. So I'm going to try this thing out, and I will show you what is on it and how it looks when it's running. All right, so here we are in the Hyperspin Attraction. I have not recorded something off my laptop before, so this is kind of, it was a bit of an experiment trying to get this going. But let's go and go through. This is this kind of cool opening sequence at the beginning that I didn't record here because it's actually very long. Like, it's cool, it's worth checking out, but I think there's a way to turn that off, and I will probably do that because it's a lot. Let's start going through here. You can see already there's some collections. We have the 19XX stuff. Another arcade emulator. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here that I'm not even familiar with. The Acorn Electron, I'm not familiar with that, but it looks like a computer. You have like the Alex Kidd collection. I don't know how many Alex Kidd games there are, but I'm kind of shocked. But there's a ton of stuff here. If you never play those American laser games, they're something real special. So I have all kinds of arcade PC. I'm not sure what that's about. Angry Birds. Good lord. Apple II. This is cool. I have messed around on this already, and I was able to play Black Magic, which is one of my favorites as a kid. So that was really cool for me. Okay, so we got your, various Atari systems. Some of these I'm not even sure. Like, I'm not familiar with a lot of these, but that's pretty cool. We got the Jaguar CD. Oh boy, let's see, Lynx. Okay, so I mean, I can't really list all these, but I'm impressed by some of these collections, although there's so many that I don't think I'm gonna probably keep all of them, because I know you can get rid of some. I'm just looking to see what's in the Atlas collection here, because they have a ton of games. I'm curious if they have any of the Persona games in this section or not. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm kind of skipping. I think I'm already looping around, but they're probably on this system though somewhere. So there's, I mean, it's almost too much to look at here, this cycle on the right. It's very cool, but at the same time, it's, wow. Like, unless you know what you're looking for specifically, it's almost hard to look through this and find things. So I will definitely probably be getting rid of some of these collections once I figure out the way to do that. Oh, it's got caves. That's going to be a lot of, you know, bullet hell, shoot 'em ups, which is fantastic. I'm not sure what the different cave things are, but I'm sure I can figure that out. What is Chila? Oh gosh, okay. Flappy Bird or whatever it's called. ColecoVision, Commodore, Amigas. I mean, it's 12 terabytes of games, so there is so much stuff. I had a friend who had a VIC-20. I even I recognize this game. I have no idea what the heck it was called. I don't think it was that cool, but there it is. You have Daphne for your Dragon's Lair and Space Ace, that sort of thing. Darius, Darksiders, Darkstalkers. Data East. Tons of classic Data East games. I really actually liked that company a lot when I was a kid. If I saw that in an arcade, I was like, ooh, that's probably cool. And I don't know if that's like a common thought or not. We got Devil May Cry. Oh, I don't even know what this is. I mean, it's obviously very old. Donkey Kong stuff. Doom, Double Dragon. I mean, it just goes on and on. Now, you'll notice there's noise pretty much every time I do anything. And on one end, it's kind of cool because I almost feel like it feels like an arcade to me. But I feel like it could get real old. You know what I mean? If I had to keep hearing these various noises every time I do anything, it's kind of a pain. It's probably all right if you're looking for something specific, but if you're trying to just look through things, I don't know. Even has Java games on here, which is crazy. Konami Bubble System. I'm not sure what that is, but all kinds of Konami stuff. Laserdisc. There's Zelda. Wow, is this Breath of the Wild? Is that on here? Let's take a look at this. I'm curious. Everyone loves Zelda, right? So let's take a peek. So we have Ocarina, Link Between Worlds. I mean, a lot of these are from, I mean, there's all different systems. Wind Waker HD from the Wii. Oh, it's Wii U. Okay. I bet that's what Wind Waker is, too. Or Breath of the Wild, rather. Yeah, it's a Wii U one. Okay, that's fine. Because I was pretty sure, I don't think there's Switch games on here, which is just fine. Light gun games, I don't have a light gun setup. I know there's some that actually do work on like modern screens, so might be something I look into, but I'm not sure. All kinds of main collections here, divided into decades if you like, or how many players you have. More light gun. I don't know what all these differences are between the different light gun games I'm seeing, but there's a few that are collections that are kind of similar. Mario Kart, Television, Marvel vs. Capcom, fantastic. Maze games. I mean, wow. I don't know, too many people are like, I really want a game that has a maze. Maybe they are. I don't know. All kinds of Metroids. Fruit Machine. It looks like slot machines, basically, which is kind of crazy. I don't even know what that is. Okay. MS-DOS. Let's take a look at MS-DOS. I'm kind of curious because I have a lot of good computer memories. Heroes of Might and Magic 2. That's already some serious quality right here. Jazz Jackrabbit. MDK, Prince of Persia, Syndicate Wars, great. XCOM, one of my favorite games of all time. Okay, so not like a ton of stuff in there, but that's cool. I'm really not too familiar with the MSX, but I believe it's computer. So Xbox, Xbox 360. Let's take a look at the 360. I'm curious what's on here for that. Adventure Time. Okay. It looks like it's going to be pretty big because I've gone down a few and I'm still in the A's, which is great. See, band here. I don't know. Like, I don't have the. Do they even make those like musical instrument setups for the computer? I don't know. I mean, I know you can use your controller, but I don't know who wants to do that. See, this, as big as this is, doesn't have everything. It has Crackdown 2, but not Crackdown, which I'm sure was also on the 360. Crackdown 1 is great. I love that game. I don't have 2 really captured the same level of quality as 1 did. I always heard it wasn't that great, so I never ended up getting it. Forza Horizon. I love the Forza games. In my opinion, way better than Gran Turismo, but that's a matter of taste. Got your Halos. Wow. Okay, so there's I mean, there's just a million things in here. Very cool. Metal Gear Rising. Resident Evil 6. I don't think I ever played 6. But I really like 7 though, Ridge Racer SSX. So, pretty good selection. It doesn't have every single thing, but can't complain about it too much. Alright, let's... Oh, I think I got to the wrong thing. Okay, I lost my place. Let's just zoom down here a little bit. We'll find it again. There's probably a faster way to go through this, but I don't know what it is. So we're just gonna scroll on through. There's a thing that shows you like the special controls for this, so I'm sure I can figure it out. I just didn't. Okay, so Midway, all kinds of stuff. Mortal Kombat Collection, Mr. Do. I actually really like Mr. Do. I don't think I ever played that as a kid, but I played that on emulators a while back. Lots of Namco stuff. I mean, they make a ton of games. All right. System 22. I mean, I don't know. It's all in all these different divisions here, but they make so many things. Okay. PC Engine or TurboGrafx. I mean, I don't know if these are going to have the same games or what. PCFX, I'm not as familiar with. The 3DS. That's kind of interesting. I'm curious how that'll look on this thing. Where's your NES? Oh, we had the N64 up there. Oh, Nintendo Arcade. The 64DD. That should be kind of interesting. Nintendo 64, let's look at that. I kind of skipped over this. Ready to Rumble, Resident Evil, Road Rash. What is that? Oh, Sin and Punishment. I've heard that's actually really good. I've never tried it, though. So it's got some stuff, obviously not from the United States, although I think it's just a lot of them are probably just Japanese versions of games that did come out here. Oh, good. It has Superman 64. That's everyone's favorite game. But, I mean, you can see, I mean, there's just tons of stuff. I'm actually looking for the wrestling games here. WCW Backstage Assault, that one's bad. Mayhem's not great. Nitro, But WCW Neighborhood World Tour and Revenge is great. WWF No Mercy is fantastic. I've heard WrestleMania 2000 is good, but I've never played it. So there's a lot of things here. Let's keep going down here. They have Game & Watch if you want to do that. They have some hacks in here as well, which is cool. GameCube. Let's have on GameCube. Eternal Darkness. That's important. We gotta have Eternal Darkness. Lots of soccer. I don't play too many sports games, but, you know, I suppose it's cool in here. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. That's awesome. I mean, there's obviously no way I can show you everything on the system, but let's keep moving along here so you can see a little bit more. Super Game Boy. Okay, so it actually has Switch. I didn't think it did. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because, you know, a lot of these games I probably do have, but there's a lot I don't. And so I don't, you know, I feel kind of bad having these. But, you know, I can always remove games that I don't want or that I don't feel like I should have. Probably what I'll do with a lot of these games is I'll try them, and if I like them, I'll probably just actually try to buy the thing, and if it's not suited to me after a very short play, I'll probably just delete them off here. Resident Evil Revelations, okay. So not a lot of like the really, you know, super fancy games necessarily, but it does have Smash Brothers, which I do have already. Ultra Street Fighter 2, alright. So I mean, luckily I have a pretty big collection of Switch games as is, so it's not too crazy that I have to go through all these. But yeah, I am not sure about how I feel about them having real current stuff on something like this. Whenever I download something current, it's something that I have or something that I intend to buy pretty imminently. So Nintendo Wii, I'm curious how they do the controls on that, because that's going to be tricky. So the Wii U is a system I never played around with, but that's on here. What is that? Oh, I see. Okay. I'm not even really familiar with what's on this system, so I don't know what to look for or what's good, but there's quite a lot on here, it looks like. So So that's kind of cool. Alright. I won't go too far into this, but it's good that it has stuff, I guess. WiiWare... I don't know what MLK is. Oh god, that Ouya, that... I don't even know how that did. Bard's Tale, that's gotta be the... Yeah, that's the recent one, okay. Alright. Oh, Xbox Magazine? It's got 109 games. I'm guessing those are demo discs, I would imagine. Alright, we got the 3DO on here. Okay, PC games. I'm curious about this, because I have a feeling this is going to be the same as the Switch, where it's a lot of current games. Some of these I'm not familiar with, so I don't know how current these are. But with PC games, it's also tricky because, I mean, you can just go on to... what's it called? Steam, and you can easily buy a lot of these. So, in a sense... almost any of these games you could say are current. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I've got that. So again, I kind of intend to treat this basically the same way. If it's something that I have, you know, I'm not going to feel bad about it being on here because I've already bought the thing. I'm just playing it through different means. But, you know, if that is something that is not the case, I've got Control. That's fantastic. Wow. I probably won't keep them. So, I mean, it's got cool stuff on here. A lot of stuff that I've owned or played. Skyrim's on here. Evil Within. So, alright. So that's a lot of current stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about those being on here, but regardless, at the moment, they are in fact on here. We've got the Philips CDI, and I will be playing these terrible Zelda and Mario games. Let me know if me playing those is something you'd like to see, because I think it could be kind of fun to do. I've never done streaming, but I might consider it for something like that. You have pinball games, pinball effect stuff. There's just I don't know what the difference platformers and platform. These look like maybe single screen games. I'm not sure. It's going to be tough to figure out. Lots of Pokemon games, Hack Pokemon, PopCap games, Psycho. They make a lot of arcade games. Alright, let's keep going here. See what else we got. What's Resident Evil? How current do the Resident Evils go here? I'm curious if they have 7 or 8. I find 7 to be maybe the creepiest of them in my personal opinion. Resident Evil, okay. I don't, doesn't look like... Okay, that's fine. I have them both anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Thomas Wave... Gamboy? I'm not sure what a Gamboy is. I don't know if that's a knockoff thing. Scum VM. I think these are mostly point-and-click adventures. I could be wrong. Well, either Holder's a RPG. Flight of the Amazon Queen. So, a lot of these I played when I was younger. I don't know if I remember how to do any of the things, but I mean, as you can see, tons of stuff. You got your King's Quest on here. Absolutely classic. I don't know what the living books are, but that was cool. Loom. I definitely played through that. Maniac Mansion was up there. Police Quest games. I mean, these are some classic stuff. Alright, you got the Mega Drive, or the 32X, Sega CD. I did love the Sega CD. It didn't have like a ton on it, but it was great. You got your Sega Dreamcast. What do we got on here? Let's take a peek. Lots of Star Wars, Super Alpha 3, Stupid Invaders? I don't even know what that is. Tee-Off Golf was pretty good. Oh, you got your Tony Hawk's. Trick Styles, man, it is so incredibly hard. If it wasn't so hard, it'd be really fun. Like, I like the racing, but man, it is a typing of the dead. This is cool, especially if it actually can work with my laptop keyboard. I hope it can, because that could be amazing. Unreal Tournament was really solid on this. So, I mean, gosh, just... I'm almost having trouble talking because I'm just almost staring in wonder at so much crazy stuff being in here. It is insane. I don't know what the difference is between the two Dead or Alive 2s, but there they are. Maybe one's Japan version? I don't know. So, lots of stuff there. Let's move on. Got your Game Gear, Genesis Hacks, Genesis Mini, which I'm guessing is just it's probably just that same mini Genesis, but just like that menu system, so probably a lot of duplication there. Master System, Mega Drive, again, I don't know how different that's going to be from the Genesis list. Got your Sega Arcade board, Sega Naomi. Sega Nomad, again, that's a portable Genesis. It's like a handheld Genesis. I don't know why that needs a different thing than just the regular Genesis. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Alright, let's see. Saturn. Saturn's great. I think... Oh, it has Panzer Dragoon Saga. I didn't think it did for some reason, but it has that, which is pretty amazing all on its own. Saturn, tremendously underrated system. I'm just glad to see it here. Okay, let's keep going on. Triforce. SNK stuff, Neo Geo CD, Neo Geo System. Oh, Neo Geo CD. I wonder if it has... There was a Samurai Showdown RPG. I don't know if that's just what it was called, but I'm going to see if I see it. Because that's one I was always excited. I was curious to try. Samurai Showdown. Amakusa. No, it's just fighting. 3. Okay, I don't see it. But it might be called something else too. I don't know, but curious about it. Shenmue 1 2, Shining Force. Shotgun Farmers? I don't know anything about that. Okay. Silent Hill, fantastic. Sonic Collection. We got your PlayStation. All kinds of stuff. So I don't remember if I said, I did try this out on my Epic Batocera RetroPie system, which is like a mini PC, and it could run, although it was a bit choppy, and it couldn't do like the heavier systems, which I didn't expect it to be able to. It would have been cool if it could have, but I would have been very shocked if it could have done that. But yeah, I mean, lots of stuff on here. I'm not going to spend forever on that. PlayStation Japan. Hopefully some neat stuff that we don't get a lot of chance on. There's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. But hopefully there's some stuff on here that we just didn't get. I mean, like, Cotton. That's one of the cool side-scroller shoot-em-ups. Got some of the Kingsfield. Langrisser. I don't know about playing RPGs in Japanese unless they translate it in here, which I don't think they have, but there's so much. PlayStation 2. Let's take a look at that. Sylphid. Splashdown was a great game. Lots of Star Wars. Tekkens. Rainbow Sixes and Splinter Cells. Twisted Metal Black. See, I'm not even going through the whole alphabet on all these because it would just take 100 years, but I mean, tons of stuff. Let's move on. PlayStation 2 Europe, I don't know how different that is. PlayStation 3. Ridge Racer, Sleeping Dogs, Soul Calibur, Form 5. Uncharted 2 and 3. Catherine. God of War 3. Lollipop Chainsaw. I hear they're coming out with a remake of that, but definitely try that. Looks interesting. So yeah, looks pretty good. Not tons of games. Alright, the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, when they have them on here, those are actually just the PC versions of the games. These are not... There's not a PlayStation 4 or 5 emulator at this point. So... yeah, it's not exactly as advertised. Like, it's fine, but... still a lot of good stuff on here. Monster Hunter World, that's pretty cool. I've only played like one of the Monster Hunters, and I don't remember which one it was. Panzer Dragon. Okay, well, sure. Yeah, lots of stuff on here. There's Resident Evils again. Saints Row. Some of the Tomb Raiders. Street Fighter 5. Walking Dead. Witcher Wild Hunt. I mean, there's some incredibly amazing games on here, but again, it's gonna be the PC version, same as I believe with PS5. PS5 just has Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I own both of those on different systems. I have the Elden Ring on PC and Final Fantasy 7 on the PS5. I don't know about that. Okay, so let's see. Space Invader, Spinner, Spider-Man, Street Fighter. There's all these Street Fighter collections. I don't know what the Street Fighter hat collection would be. I'm curious, but Metroid, Super Nintendo. I'll take a quick spin through there. Just a million great games. I wish I could sit here and do a video that has all of them, but I think that video would take the rest of my natural life, so I can't do that. Super Smash Brothers, Taito, all kinds of Taito stuff. All kinds of titles. Jeez, it just keeps going. Who knew they had so much? Tecmo, there's Tekken, Technoparrot. Technoparrot, are those like gun shooters? I don't recall. I think they are. King of Fighters, Tiger handhelds. I don't know. I mean, these are kind of cool when I was a kid, but I don't know about playing them now, and there's so many other options. There's our Tomb Raiders. I'm curious what Tomb Raiders it has, actually. Does it have the more recent ones? Tomb Raider Underworld, is that one of the... I can't remember now. Now I don't know what they're even called. Rise of the Tomb Raider? I think that's one of the... Yeah, that's one of the newer ones. I really like the newer ones a lot. So it's cool to have it on there. I forget what systems I already have those on. Toho Project. Trackball games. I don't have a trackball, but that's cool. Treasure. They make a lot of good stuff. Twisted Metals. I mean, gosh dang. Virtua Fighter, it just goes on and on. There's a wrestling collection. Fantastic. Yeah, your favorites recently played, and then you get all your settings. So, there you have it. I hope I didn't ramble too much, but I wanted to give you guys a good view of everything. And that's what we have on the Hyperspin Attraction. And I will be doing a review of this down the road once I put it through its paces and tried out enough of these games. So, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe. Click the little bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, I look forward to see you all around the table again at All Games New and Old. Bye. Hey, you made it to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like it, share it, and click this button to subscribe. If you like that one, you might also like this one.
Or this one.
I cannot believe what I did in that one. Holy cow.
I can.
Of course you can. All right. Anyway, we'll see you around the table.
Bye.
Bye.